So you want to be a player? You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride.
You've got to pimp my ride.
Damn right.
A bandito by the name Smurf Piss Blue asked me to pimp his build, and I took the challenge. I chose this build because it was already great, but could also go in so many directions. In the end, we created a hurricane of a build that leaves nothing but destruction in its wake.
Are you ready for some world-class vocalization? Yo, Brennan, break him off a little something, something.
Drinking sangria,
nachos, lemon heads, my dad's butt. Put on your life vest, let's jump anchor. There's a nice lady who I like to swank her.
Boots and hoes, I gotta have me my boots and hoes, boots and hoes, boots and hoes.
This is Smurf Piss Blue's build. It has up to 56% crit chance, 140% crit damage, 6 skill tiers, and 4 red cores, one of which is from the Brazos holster. He's using Technician for the extra skill tier with 2 ballistic skills. He's got 3 pieces of Empress for skill health, damage, and 10% skill efficiency. The chest talent is Glass Cannon, and I think that's the best move. All these pieces have crits. The backpack is the memento for the 3 cores and both 30% weapon damage and skill efficiency, which is big time. It's also giving us 3% regen. His primary weapon is the capacitor for a great boost to crits and 60% skill damage. Lastly, he has 2 pieces of Brazos with crits, one of which is the Brazos holster for the extra 15% weapon damage. Smurf's build is heavily invested into the weapon damage. It has an equivalent of 4 red cores. The memento kicks in 30% weapon damage. We have 6 skill tiers, and the capacitor will pick up 7.5% weapon damage from each. That said, the core components to this build are the Brazos, crits, and the capacitor. If the memento is giving you a base 30% skill efficiency that stacks on another 30, 60, 90, 120% skill efficiency for 10 seconds, how important is that 10% from Empress? Maybe not enough to consume all 3 pieces. So we're gonna make the build strong enough to get multiple kills inside 10 seconds with the ability to snag the trophies when we need to, even in Legendary. The skills are strong, but with this kind of setup, they're no match for the time to kill the capacitor has. We're gonna lean into that. After I picked out the build, I took it out for a final solo Legendary spin. I have more gameplay to share after I walk you through the build pieces, but this is a quick time to kill demonstration on the final product. In this spot, you only have a few meters between you and the door to get multiple kills. If you don't, you get overrun, and even pure DPS builds fail here. I use the skills to distract, but fast time to kill is still required to succeed, and this build clears this section with relative ease, leaving piles of bodies along the path. This is a stress test, and that's top-notch kill time. Since a full memento stack or a single fresh trophy brings us so much skill efficiency, we're going to free up 3 gear slots by removing the 3 pieces of Empress. For the chest, we're going to run Cheska instead. For 10% crit chance, I have a skill tier, but you can put on a red core too. We have max crits, and we will also use Glass Cannon to power both our skills and weapon. We have regen, and the skills keep you from taking on too much damage, so Glass Cannon is worth it. For the mask, instead of Empress, we're using a 3rd piece of Brazos with max crits and a skill tier. This is amazing because it just might be one of the few justified 3-piece Brazo builds out there. In case you didn't know, the Capacitor Exotic AR is unusually strong. For one, it gives us 10% crit chance and 30% crit damage. It also has the highest damage to armor of any assault rifle, and the health damage for robotics and chungas and non-elites. Of course, the talent gives you 45% weapon damage and 60% skill damage, but the one weakness is the small mag. The reload time is 1.8 seconds, which is cool, but when you have a key target out of cover, that is the difference between you getting the kill or not. Or when you have a chunga pressing you, that reload can get you killed. 3-piece Brazos gives us 20% more in the mag, pushing this to 49 rounds. I didn't have Fenris, but I tested against Grupo because you can also go for more damage inside a smaller mag. A larger mag proved out to be more useful. We already know this, which is why we elect for the bigger mag mod on most of our AR builds. builds. And it was moments like these during testing that allowed me to truly evaluate the effectiveness of this setup. At 1.8 seconds, a reload can get you killed, and that is also enough time for a target to escape or get out of reach.
I want to go fast.
That sounds like you? Then this is your build. I made it in the lab, live on Twitch in unedited gameplay, where I make all my builds. Follow me over there for more Division 2 fun. Shout out to all the members of Tux's Players Club. I'm really honored to have your support and can't imagine a better way to say thank you than providing you with more of what you love. This playlist on my YouTube homepage hosts your bonus content, extra builds, gamer music playlists, and more. Not a member yet? It's time you join a strong, positive community. Links here and in the area below. The gloves are variable depending on your playstyle. For me, I like to push forward a lot to clear content quickly, even in Legendary, even when I'm playing solo. I ran this with Bellstone, Grupo, and the Death Grips. All worked great, but in the end I decided on this Bellstone. The reason being, the build's time to heal was slowing me down. If you have a fast time to kill, having a fast time to heal helps you maximize your build's potential. Bellstone is only adding 1% armor regen to the 3% armor regen from the Memento backpack, but it seems to be enough to keep us moving forward in the fight. In the end, we have 6 skill tiers, 4 red cores counting the Picaro holster, max chance and 158% crit damage, 4% armor regen. This is before the damage buffs for the skills. We have 30% stacking skill efficiency, 60% more damage from the capacitor, and then 25% amp damage from glass cannon. That's a ton. Hey Bandidos, if you're a club member and want me to pimp your build, all you have to do is drop your build in the Pimp My Build channel on Discord. The true measure of a build is the player. Without both skill and playstyle, the strongest build in the game will fail. In fact, I don't know any build in the Division 2 that makes a player good. Skill and playstyle will outperform the difference between any two builds within a reasonable range. In the absence of one or both, and what I mean is skill or playstyle, the build will suck. Whatever the build, mine, someone else's, meta or not, it must align with your aspiring skill or play style, and it must do what it was designed to do. From there, it's all on you. Modify the build to you. I can assure you I think through every piece on the build before I offer it out. I have build labs to share the process I go through to create these monsters. So once you achieve an effective time to kill, look for other ways to enhance your performance. That could be regen, handling, skills, or more power. Now, I test on the same content in an attempt to create a controlled testing environment, which is actually impossible in this game. Solo Legendary at District Union Arena is my go-to for testing. But remember, 80% of why the build is working is the user. I push to show you the build doesn't buckle under pressure, or to show you where it does. It's in these split-second moments that all my evaluation of a build is really happening. It's where I learn the build's true strengths and weaknesses, regardless of user skill level. Banditos, I created this unlimited explosive skill build that gets you out of cover, which is really unique, and I used Brazos to do it. Check it out.
Follow me.